Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to a brand new season of Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me as always is my wife Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is September 26th, 2000. There's a chill in the air, but a heat coming into your ears because we're back for Buffy versus Dracula.
What a fucked up episode. I mean, like...
This whole episode is weird.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like, first of all, who would expect that Dracula exists in Buffy's universe?
Yeah, I didn't.
And I have so many questions because he doesn't get ugly when he's going to feed like normal vampires.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, but yeah, he doesn't. The whole thing's where this whole episode felt really obviously. If you haven't seen the episode, go watch the episode. Obviously, there's the big.
We'll pause it for a second. Go.
Obviously, there's a big thing at the end of the episode that we need to talk about. But like, I don't know if it's just because it's the first episode of a new season, and sometimes they try new things or do new things or what. But the whole thing felt tonally different to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird, and I didn't. It's like they're just trying to like do the Dracula story, but with Buffy as Mina, basically.
Yeah, I guess, yes.
I mean, I'm assuming you all have seen Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. I assume all of you have seen Monica Bellucci naked. So.
Did we make a tape about Bram Stoker's Dracula?
No, I believe that came out before we started making tapes.
Well, maybe we should make a tape about it because it's a damn good movie.
I want to say it was like 92 or 93 maybe. It is a great movie, and it's also, I'd love to talk about it because it's one of those movies that uses really great in-camera practical effects, like the technicals, which I like to talk about the technical side sometimes of movies. The technical side of that movie is fantastic. Like like a lot of old style of how they would do special effects and stuff like that, all done in camera and everything. Really nice. But yeah, eventually we'll talk about it.
Okay. So yeah, in this episode, for some reason, Dracula decides to come to Sunnydale. Well,
they start out so the episode starts out like the teaser of the episode is Buffy's sleeping next to Riley. Mm-hmm. Riley, I guess, is...
He was like, oh, he's still here.
Right, yeah. I guess Riley's back from his debriefing or whatever, from the government people. And then she snaps awake at night and, like, runs out. Next thing, she's running through the cemetery, hunting some vampire because she, like, sensed it or whatever.
Her spidey senses were tingling.
And so she stakes the vampire. And then she, like, goes back to sleep. And that's the teaser. And then, yeah, we see these movers bringing Dracula's coffin filled with his special dirt.
Yeah, which is exactly like, I mean, okay, I shouldn't talk about, it's from the movie. I mean, the movie is very closely based on the book. Like, it follows the story of the book very, very closely.
Yeah.
So, they're just following the story. Yeah, he travels with his special dirt.
There's a couple things that happen that are really weird in this TV show.
Like the fucking castle.
Yeah, they make a brief mention of that. So he is. I don't know what order you want to go things in, but I guess we can just talk about it real quick. They make mention because they're looking for him. Spike seems to know him. Oh, they're old rivals or whatever,
which is hilarious.
And it's like, how is this connected to the book? Like, did Bram Stoker just like know this was going on? Like, the whole thing is weird.
What?
How is this connected to the Book of Dracula? I assume the Book of Dracula was written in this world. Everyone seems to know who Dracula is.
Oh. Huh.
So I'm saying, like, if Spike and him were rivals, there's a book about him. How did that come about? Like, was it not fiction? Did this guy, like, know that this vampire was around and just wrote a popular novel about it?
Interesting.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Those are very interesting points.
Because, like, and like I said, like, how else would everyone know? I mean, not only does Spike know, not only does Giles know, which, like, if there wasn't a book and he's just, like, a legendary vampire, sure, they'd know about him. But, like, Willow and Xander and everyone else knows about him, too. Mm-hmm. And they don't, like, no one's like, oh, wow, like, this is amazing that Dracula actually exists. They're all like, oh, well, eventually he was going to come, I guess. Like, you know, like, they all act like, oh, it's Dracula, I guess.
Yeah, the reaction is not appropriate.
But Spike lets them know, oh, he's not going to be in some, like, hovel or something. He's got to have all his fancy shit. He's got to have his, No, the book definitely exists in this movie, because at the end, she's like, do you think I haven't seen your movies?
Yeah.
So they made movies about him too. Like, the whole thing's weird.
So I guess Bram Stoker's Dracula is just based on the real Dracula.
Well, according to this episode, yeah.
And I mean, Giles mentions, find out everything you can about Vlad the Impaler.
Well, that's the thing. It was supposed to be based on Vlad the Impaler. Is this guy Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Yes. I mean, Giles flat out says that. Like, find out what you can about Vlad the Impaler. So obviously it's the same. He's him.
Well, that's a real
vampire.
historic person.
Yes. And that's who Dracula is supposed to be.
That's who he's based on, yeah. Because of the weird shit that he did in his castle or whatever. But anyway, so he needs his special dirt and his special mansion and everything. So they go looking for it. Giles and Riley, I think, go looking, or Xander, one of them.
I don't know.
They go looking for his castle, and they find it, and it's just this giant Gothic castle in Sunnydale. And Giles, there's one line where he's like, do you remember there being a big castle in Sunnydale? And they're like, no. And I'm like, we're not exploring that anymore? That's
well, I mean, they explore it as in they physically are like, oh, that's where he is, and they go explore it. But yeah, I mean, like, how did it fucking appear? Does he magically create it? Like, he has a lot of special powers for someone who Spike said is just like
Spike.
What do you say?
Spike claims he's a normal vampire
with gypsy tricks.
With just like gypsy tricks. The gypsy trick of turning into a bat. I can't tell you the last time I ran into a Romani and they vaporized into non-matter in front of me and then dematerialized and rematerialized behind me. Romanis do that all the time. What are you talking about?
I think Spike's jealous. I think Spike is minimizing.
But why does he have all these powers that none of the other vampires do? None of the other vampires in the show turn into bats?
Yeah.
Or dematerialize?
Or keep their pretty face when they're biting somebody.
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't he look like a demon when he acts like a demon?
Exactly. That's my whole point. So, like, what is going on?
Yeah, he's definitely extra. And, like, it takes Buffy, like, 3 different tries to kill him.
Well, yeah.
And even then, I don't think he's dead.
Do we want to go? No, I don't think they heavily imply he's not dead at all at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do. If you want to go plot point, or what? I mean,
I feel like that ship has sailed at this point. I don't
because yeah, at the end of the episode or towards the end of the episode, she finally stakes him, and he he whatever vaporizes or whatever, like he dies, and then they all leave the castle supposedly, and he like reincorporates himself, and then she stakes him again. And she's like, don't you think I've seen your movies or whatever? I know you always come back or whatever. But, like, it seems like he's still there anyway.
Well, then he starts to rematerialize, and she's like, still here, and then he stops. So, obviously, he's coming back again somewhere.
Right. So, he's just, but that's it? He's done?
So, is he, like...
Threat's over?
He's truly immortal? Like, he'll never die? Like, what the fuck is this?
None of it makes any sense. Mm-mm. Like, it all flies in the face of every rule they have written about vampires so far. And this show has been too good and too consistent with its rules for me to think that's just bad or lazy writing.
Yeah.
So there has to be there's something weird going on, and obviously, and there has to be some reason for it, I guess. But yeah, there's little things like the castle, little things like the Dracula being real and not at all what any of the vampires are in this show.
And why do all the girls think he's so hot? I think that it's some kind of magical power that he has, because he's really not. I mean, he's average looking at best.
He's wearing some like blue colored contacts, I think, that make his eyes super blue, because they all talk about his eyes. But yeah, Anya's like, I knew him too. Mm-hmm. I used to hang out with him back in the day or whatever. And it's like, what?
And then Xander's like, wait a minute, you were with it. Have you been with Dracula?
Right.
Like, and I think she has.
I don't know.
I got that impression.
That's the implication, I think. But he enthralls Buffy. Mm-hmm. Something else no other vampires can do.
Right? Yeah, he's obviously way more powerful than any other vampire.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Does he? I don't know. It's almost like he's a figment of their imaginations. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of the episode with the loser kid where he learns he creates his own ideal world.
Oh, yeah.
And like the evil, like all the bad stuff about him or whatever is like manifests as a monster they have to fight.
So you think this is some kind of alternate reality and not the actual Buffy reality?
I don't know. It feels like that episode. It feels like an alternate reality or something. I don't know, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, appears this guy that doesn't fit into the universe they've created. So it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's an alternate reality, but it feels like that. It feels like he's a vampire that was like, hey, I want to have all the powers of fucking Dracula or whatever, and so he creates it. I don't know.
He even turns into vapor, and that's something that other vampires don't do. Where he rolls through like a crack in her window to get into her room. Yeah, that's a Dracula thing for sure.
Yes,
but not a vampire.
Not on
in Buffy's world.
Not in the Buffy verse.
Right.
But anyway, so. All the women are enthralled by him. And like you said, he comes into the window and enthralls Buffy and bites Buffy. Mm-hmm. Starts to feed on her.
And it reminded me of the scene in Fright Night where like the Jerry Dandridge, I think was the vampire's name, which is such an ordinary name, where he bites the girl and you see like the blood start rolling down her back. I don't know if you remember the scene. And then it just fades to black. But you hear her like she's like making some kind of noise and it's like says his name, or I don't know. It was just like that. It was like, off camera, camera's not on anymore, but she's like whimpering and stuff. It was really weird.
She did. She made like a sex sound.
Yeah. Like I don't think they had sex.
I don't know.
I know you questioned that when we were watching it. I don't think that happened.
I think the implication is they could have.
Okay, they could have, but I don't think they did. I think he drank from her.
Sure.
I don't think
that's somewhat sexual too, though.
From Dracula, yeah. But not the other vampires.
Well, the other vampires don't do that either. The other vampires don't just feed from someone and not turn them into a vampire.
Well, Buffy got bit before. Remember, he was like, oh, you've been tasted. But wasn't that by, like, the master?
No, it was by Angel.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was the episode where, she bit Angel, didn't she? No, Angel bit her when she was... Yes, when Angel was, when Faith almost killed Angel, to get his strength up, she let him feed on her.
Yeah, and see, he didn't turn into a vampire.
I guess that's true.
So it's not like one bite from a vampire turns you in this universe either.
Well, because he can hold back or whatever and not, fully do it.
He would have to give her his blood.
Is that how it works?
That's what he was going to do.
Well, that's what Dracula said.
Yeah. Or did he? Did she drink his blood? I feel like she did.
She tasted some of it, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I think she did.
Well, here's the thing. He calls her to his castle, and she acts like she's in his thrall still, but she's not.
And why?
She just suddenly isn't? Because it's the third act, I guess. Because
her friends teased her about it, and she was like, oh, never mind. I mean... Really?
She finds her inner strength or something. She does talk about that the primal slayer or whatever, that first slayer. She does talk about I'm in touch with who I am or whatever now.
Yeah.
And so she's able to fight him. So Xander is the Renfield in this episode.
Yeah, this bugs me. First of all, why is Xander always a bitch?
Is that a pun?
Ha ha.
Bugs you?
Ha ha.
He eats bugs.
Seriously, why is Xander always a bitch?
I don't know.
I don't like it. He's not. like the worst character, and they treat him like he is.
Yeah, they really do.
But yeah, so he starts eating bugs and shit.
And he's doing the bidding of the master or whatever.
And he's talking about him like he's the Dark Prince. Yeah, so him and Buffy are both on Dracula's side. And
for a minute.
Yeah, and then everybody else has got to figure this shit out.
Giles falls into the Monica Bellucci trap.
Yeah, Giles falls into the, what do they call it?
Some sisters or something like that.
Yeah, but like, yeah, the pit with the sisters. And like, were they drinking?
It's the three sexy vampires.
Were they drinking from him or just?
I don't think so. I think they were just like doing sexual-ish stuff to him.
I mean, they were definitely doing sexual stuff to him, but I mean, in the movie and the book, they would have also been drinking his blood.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't think that it got that far. I think that's where it was going, but I don't think it got that far. But yeah, so that happens. Giles' character, by the way, he has decided, and he tells Willow, like towards the beginning of the episode, that Willow's job this summer or whatever has been as an archivist, essentially. She is transferring all the information that's in the books onto computer, which makes sense, honestly. And like he points out, he's like, some of these, this is like the only copy of this that exists. So this knowledge should be able to be accessed and everything for people fighting demons. And in a world like this, yeah, you would definitely want that. Yeah. You wouldn't want that information lost. So she's been doing that and everything, and he explains to her that the reason he's having her do that isn't just because, you know, he's afraid of like the books getting ruined or anything. It's because he's leaving. He's going back to England. Yeah.
What fucking crazy bullshit.
Because he hasn't been Buffy's watcher in a while, and they point out like he hasn't had a lot to do in the seasons. In the last season and a half.
Yeah, and then, you know, the episode happens where Buffy's all like under the thrall of Dracula and realizes how vulnerable she really is. So,
well, she says it's not just the vulnerability, because she says to him towards the end of the episode, he has called her over there because he's like, I have something I want to tell you, because he's going to tell her that he's leaving. And she's like, I want to, it's that classic like sitcom thing or whatever, where she's like, well, I have something I want to tell you. And he's like, oh, you go first. And so the thing that she says negates the thing that he was going to say, like, you know, that old chestnut. But she's like, she talks about the vulnerability, and she says that the reason that Dracula came there was because he sensed her darkness. And she's like, you know, I've been going out like every night. And he's like, patrolling. And she's like, no, hunting. She's like, that's what he calls it, hunting. And that's what it was like ever since, you know, I accessed that primal first Slayer thing. I've been like, you know, hunting these vampires and everything. And but I mean, that is kind of the job anyway. Yeah. Like,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with hunting vampires when you're the vampire slayer.
You could call it what you want, but like, that is what it is. Like, she wants to, her whole purpose is to eliminate this. I mean, she wants to do a genocide, right? Like, I mean, normally genocide's bad, but these are like literal demons. So like, but that's what she wants to do, is a genocide kill all the vampires, so they're not around anymore, right? Like, right. I mean, I assume that's part of it. Except for Angel, I guess he gets to be the one that lives
because he has a soul.
But anyway, so she's like, you know, I realized that, you know, you haven't been my watcher for a long time. I haven't been practicing. I haven't been doing this. I haven't been coming to you for advice. I haven't been, you know, whatever. And she's like, and I realized that I'm like completely lost out here, that I'm just hunting, and there's this darkness that goes along with being the Slayer that I could easily fall victim to. They don't mention faith, but I feel like that. I feel like that's part of what she's afraid of.
Yeah,
how faith, like, indulged her power to such a degree that she basically became evil, at least for a while. Apparently, on the Angel show, I guess she's good again. I don't know.
We don't watch that show.
But anyway, so like, I think she's afraid of that, and so she says, I need you to be my watcher again. I can't do this without you. You know, I need you here.
And I believe that's coming from a genuine place.
100%.
Willow didn't like give her a heads up or anything.
No, I don't think Willow said anything. I 100% agree. I think that's coming. It never occurred to me that she would have been saying that to try to get him to stay when she didn't like really mean it.
Yeah.
But and so he's obviously pleased, or as he
lit up,
or as he would say, chuffed, chuffed to bits.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have a purpose again.
So Giles is gonna be her slayer again,
her watcher again.
And Dracula's defeated, I guess. I don't know what happens.
For now, I guess.
I don't know what happens with that castle, but
I feel like the castle will disappear too, because Dracula disappeared.
But that's weird. He can just make a castle appear?
And that's not a Dracula power. I mean, he had an actual castle.
Yeah. Well, so did Vlad, yeah. So then we get to the end of the episode.
Yeah, the most weird.
The weird twist at the end of the episode where Buffy's at home, because I guess it's summer, right? Like, it's supposed to be summer. They're not quite back at college yet, I guess.
I don't know. I didn't really get the impression that it was any particular time of year.
Well, Joyce said something like that she had gotten used to Buffy being around or whatever, and she was going to be gone again because school was starting again. I think she said something like that.
All right. You pay more attention than I do.
I do. But anyway, so she says her and Riley are going out to the movies. Mm-hmm. And then she looks into a room and walks in and says, "What are you doing here?" And it's some young kid.
Yeah.
I mean, not young, like she's a teenager. But the actress's name is Michelle Trachtenberg. I saw in the credits. She.
Wow.
What? You can talk too,
Well, it's hard because you're like, so. I love you. But yeah, she sees this girl just standing in, I think, her bedroom.
I don't know whose room this is.
Because she says, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I guess maybe that's supposed to be Buffy's room, yeah.
And the girl doesn't answer her. They're just staring at each other. It's weird.
It happened. It's quick, though. It's not like they're staring at each other for minutes.
No, but it was a weird, I don't know.
And then we cut to Joyce, who says, if you're going out, why don't you take your sister?
Uh-huh. And then both the girls go, "Mom." And
it's like, what?
Yeah. So what the fuck is happening?
This confused the fuck out of me. So are we saying that... So obviously, I guess Buffy has a sister, a completely unmentioned up until this point sister. It's like we're being dropped into a different show. But is the presumption that this sister lived with their dad? And she's just there now?
Is that your presumption? Because I didn't get that impression. Like, that didn't even occur to me.
Well, no, I didn't get any impression. They dropped this in the last 2 seconds of the episode, and then it's like, what is going on? Why does she have a sister?
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre. I mean, I immediately suspect that it's some kind of supernatural thing because it's fucking Buffy. I mean...
What do you mean? Supernatural what?
The whole episode felt fucking weird as hell.
We talked about that, yes.
And then this happened, so it's like, I just feel like something is up. Like some weird thing.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm just saying it feels like...
But weird in what way? Like...
she suddenly has a sister?
Okay, so are we talking... Okay, yeah, I understand that, but are we talking like... So are we talking this is an alternate universe where Buffy has a sister? Are we talking that it's like some kind of magic or something like that? And if it is, how do you just create a whole person?
I don't know.
And who did that? Dracula?
Oh my God, maybe.
Or the person that created Dracula. Was Dracula just conjured too? Is this whole episode a dream?
Like, what is going on? I want the next episode now because I want to know. Explain yourself, Joss.
Yeah.
The fuck? It's very confusing.
Come on, Joss.
But yeah, I mean, like it did not occur to me that she had a sister and that her sister had been with their dad. Like that, I don't think that would work because they've literally never mentioned her, and Dad's visited.
Yes, they've literally never mentioned her. You're correct, and it would be weird to not mention the sister at all. But if we're dealing in reality, that would be the reality explanation. That for whatever reason, the sister lived with the dad or was at boarding school or something.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there could be a regular reason.
But, I mean, maybe there's a supernatural reason. It hadn't occurred to me that there was a supernatural reason necessarily.
It's so funny. It's like to you, it's like you automatically come up with like a concrete reason, and to me, I'm automatically like, oh, it's got to be like fucking like magic or something.
But
we're different people.
Yeah, we are. But paired with the weirdness of the episode, I guess it would make sense that there's some kind of supernatural reason. But I don't know what that is. Like is this like just someone that's not her sister that they're brainwashing or whatever? And like,
but the brainwashing, I mean, like,
brainwashing
she
everyone.
Immediately was like acted like that's her sister though. So
well, yeah, yes, I agree.
Were they taking her in a room and brainwashing her off screen like day after day, and we didn't know about it? Like, what are you talking about?
No, I mean, if it's a supernatural thing, not literal brainwashing.
Oh, okay.
If it's a supernatural thing, I'm saying, like, are they like just like they just took this like random woman and they're like, you're her sister now, and we're gonna like make it so you think that? Like the episode with that dude, like I said, where everyone believed the delusion, but Buffy kind of started to see through it. Like she questioned it,
and that was magic.
Yes.
So that's why my first thought is magic.
Okay, so is it this guy again?
I don't know. I mean, like, I cannot wait to find out.
Yeah, so I guess next episode we'll find out what's going on.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine, although yours is probably more realistic.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Joss comes up with, but...
Better fucking explain himself.
Hopefully next episode it gets resolved what the hell's going on. But anyway, that is the episode for this week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own brand new sister.
You can write us at latefee1994@aol.com. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
Oh, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.